Special counsel Robert Mueller may not have found that President Trump colluded with the Russians, according to Attorney General William Barr's letter to Congress. But he did find that Russia interfered in the 2016 election, both through a disinformation and social media campaign designed to sow discord, and by hacking the emails of the Clinton campaign and the Democratic Party. These findings are not new. The U.S. intelligence apparatus concluded the same years ago.
It should be clear to everyone that Russia brazenly interfered in our 2016 presidential election process.
Yet, for over 2 years, Republicans didn't take these findings seriously.
We mistake our response if we think it's about accountability from the Russians. They're another country. They're going to spy on us. They do spy on us. They're going to interfere in our elections. We also do the same.
And when I take a look as Chairman of Homeland Security, the threats facing this nation, I'm concerned about other things. That would be kind of lower on the list.
And even those Republicans who did take election security seriously did little about it.
Obviously, any foreign breach of our cybersecurity measures is disturbing, and I strongly condemn any such efforts.
I am baffled as to why, particularly the Republicans, have refused to acknowledge that this threat exists. And I thought that if there was one thing we could all agree upon, is that in the world's leading democracies, we need to protect our elections.
Behind closed doors, the FBI began investigating Russian interference into the election in July 2016, according to former Director James Comey. Then there were news reports about states seeing their voter registration databases hacked. In August, then Minority Leader Harry Reid wrote a letter to the FBI urging the Bureau to investigate Russian interference, the first public reference. According to then Vice President Joe Biden, Senator McConnell refused to issue a bipartisan statement condemning Russia's actions ahead of the election. Other than that, the public knew little before voting.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Then Trump became president, and the Republicans held on to the House and the Senate. We started to learn more about what had happened in 2016.
Do you have any doubt that Russia attempted to interfere in the 2016 elections?
No doubt.
Facebook admitting they were paid more than $100,000 by Russian companies during the election.
13 Russians and 3 Russian companies interfered online and in person in the 2016 election.
Fast forward to March of 2018, 16 months after the election. Congress finally allocated funds, $380 million to be exact, to improve election security. It was the first big federal action since 2016.
It was a down payment on an improvement to the election security infrastructure across the country. The $380 million was simply not enough, and we need the federal government to pay their share of ensuring that our election systems are more secure across the country.
Vote yes on this amendment for your country!
4 months later, House Republicans voted down a Democratic bill to increase that funding.
Will come to order.
It's now very, very clear that we have a threat that we have not done enough. The amount of contribution to deal with this problem from the federal government is woefully inadequate given the magnitude of the threat.
Outside of the $380 million that Congress gave to the states to improve election security, they've done little else in response to the Russian efforts to interfere with our election system, which is troubling.
A member of the Intelligence Committee, Senator Ron Wyden, has been pushing legislation to keep electronic voting machines safe from hackers.
We still don't have the basic reforms that are necessary for 2020. I want to be clear. The bottom line has got to be hand-marked paper ballots and risk-limiting audits.
After years of inaction on election security, Republicans are celebrating Barr's memo.
The Mueller report was great. It said no obstruction, no collusion. It could not have been better.
And some are even re-upping the need to secure our elections. With another election right around the corner, it's still not clear whether the Republican leadership in Congress will pair that rhetoric with action.
If citizens go out there and say, look, we can protect American democracy. What is more sacred than our franchise?